What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today I'm making a video that, number one, I did not anticipate making, and number two, a video I don't want to make. I don't want to make this video. I started a video on this 1967 Camaro for you guys to kind of bring in your new week, Monday, for you guys. And I thought, man, this is going to be fun because I love the 67 Camaro. We really haven't done anything with it. I thought, let's do something. I'm simply going to swap out the headlights with some LEDs. And that's where the trouble started. As I went to swap out the headlights, I realized I had the wrong ones. No big deal. I ordered the right ones, and they'll be here tomorrow. And I put it all back together. But as I took out the original headlights, I realized somebody rigged up the headlight buckets, which is pretty common. Unfortunately, the parts are cheap. I don't know why someone would rig it up. Someone would spend all this money on this car, but they would rig up something as simple as headlight buckets. And then as I got further into it, I realized it's got mismatched screws all over the place, sheet metal screws, wood screws. You know, it started turning into one of these things of like, wait a minute. What is going on here? How could this car be worth so much money and someone just like half-ass putting it back together? Well, I said, fine. It is what it is. We can order more parts. It's not like I haven't gone out and spent enough money on parts for this car already. Guys, you are looking at thousands of dollars worth of parts. I'm serious. Classic headquarters. We've got a new grill. We've got a new front lower valance for the car right there, the entire lower valance. We have the grill, as I said. We have the upper and lower bezels that go around the grill. I've got valve cover gaskets. I've got headers. I've got a red hair. Do you know how much a red head gearbox costs for this car? Do you have any idea how much a red head gearbox is for that car? With the core charge, I'm probably like $550, $600 just for the gearbox. We got the headers, pipes, clutch with the exhaust. CVF Racing came in for the serpentine belt kit for the car. We got fluids. We got all new hoses. Guys, OER bezels for the headlights as well. We've got the electric cooling fan with the wiring kit. All right, with an aluminum radiator and fan shroud. We have a new carburetor. This is an Edelbrock, I think this is a 750 CFM carburetor right here for this car. We've also got a new steering wheel. That steering wheel was like $300-$400 by itself. I don't even remember what else is down here, guys. I honestly don't. We've got this TMI production.com. I don't even know what this is. What is this? I've got so many parts. What does this say it is? This is a deluxe console. Oh, yeah, the console. I bought a nice $300 and something leather console with cup holders for this car. I totally forgot about that. I've bought so many parts, guys. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of parts. I've been collecting them for so long. I don't even remember what's in all of this. And this is a video I debated not even making because I'm just disappointed. That's what it comes down to. I'm really disappointed in the car, and I think I'm going to get rid of it. And what does that mean? Because I bought so many of these parts so long ago, and some of this stuff was sponsored, some of it was partially sponsored. I don't get full sponsorship deals on everything, guys. So some of this stuff I paid money for. So what am I supposed to do? Thousands of dollars in parts for a car that now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna the video is me showing you how bad the car actually is because I didn't know. I didn't know. Now there's gonna be a lot of you that are gonna look at this car and you're gonna say, Randy, this isn't so bad. Randy, that isn't so bad. It's all fixable. And you're right. You're right. The car's totally fixable and it's probably worth fixing. Everybody has to draw a line somewhere. You know what I mean? Where do you draw the line? Now take a look at this beautiful console. Not sponsored either. I paid full price for this bad boy. But look, it's got the chrome that kind of fits, ties the interior together, and it's made for a car just like this. This is a factory column shift car, okay? It's built this way. That is exactly what this is for, all right? This was designed to fit, look how well that fits. Look how snug that fits right. I mean, I don't even have it screwed in. Look at this. You now have storage. You have a pocket right here for cards. You have a place for cups. That simple. And an armrest. That simple. Well worth the money. Even though I had no idea how this was going to fit, and I literally just threw it in here on the drop of a dime. Look at that. It looks like it belongs. It looks like it belongs. It fits great. Interior of the car is in excellent shape. I mean, excellent shape. Unfortunately, the body of the car, the more I look at it, the worse it gets. Somebody tried to do a paint correction. I don't know who. It looks like Chucky tried to do a paint correction with nails and sandpaper. I mean, the car looks so bad. Seriously, it looks like somebody took sandpaper and just went, hey, this is how you do paint correction. I got my own stuff. I'm going to see if we can't fix this a little bit. I'm by no means a professional detailer at all, but we're gonna try our hand and just see what we can do. Again, this is stuff I spent money on. I was gonna paint the car. I don't think I'm gonna spend any more money on this car, guys. But I do have some chemical guys, C4 clear coat correction compound and P4 perfection polish. This one is ultimate paint restorer with scratch and swirl remover. So this is going to be the one that we really need to try out. And then we've got this multi-pack of foam pads. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the different colors do. It's got a wool pad, and I think wool is like the most abrasive, but we'll probably go with something other than that. I think it's going to be maybe the yellow or the orange will be the more aggressive one. I'll break out my DA. We'll set it on like a 4 or 5, and we're going to hit just this hood and this fender, and we're going to see if we can bring any of this paint back, because my goal now is no longer to try to send this thing off to paint and get it painted. Look at this. Look at this. The goal is not to send it off and get it painted. My goal now is to get rid of it. I was also going to install these new tires. I just spent, I don't know. These tires were probably, I'm going to say probably about $400-ish, $450 for a set, but I accidentally bought 2 extras, and those were probably, I don't know, an extra $250. So I've got way too much money in tires, and that is because I didn't realize it. The fronts are 14s. The rears are 15s. I went by the fronts, made a rookie mistake. I bought 4 14-inch tires, and then realized I had staggered wheels. Here's another thing. These wheels are completely different, although these are rally wheels. These are unilug, which tells me these are going to be like aftermarket repros. These are multi-lug pattern. If you notice, not only are they multi-lugged pattern, but they also have multi-lug nuts. Totally different lug nuts on this. That's always comforting. And then on the back, this is interesting. These might be factory original Corvette rally wheels. Take a look at how these clip on. These don't clip on like these aftermarket ones do. These aftermarkets have these tabs that grab onto the inside of the wheel. These don't have that at all. They have these weird little grooves, these tangs that stick out. And you know how they grab? They grab like a wheel weight. I mean, they dig. You have to hammer these. They dig into where the bead of the tire goes. I've never seen that before. And then, let's see if you guys caught that. This is where I drew the line. And some of you are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, this is where I drew the line. Let me grab a light so you can see what I'm talking about. Man, this sucks for my first day back. It's my first day back coming down here to get things done. And this car has just been... Will you guys take a look at these lugs and tell me, please, somebody, tell me how is this wheel not falling off? Guys, I have put hundreds of miles on this car. I mean hundreds. I have driven this car everywhere. By the way, the date code on the tires, 2009. All right, tires are almost 20 years old. I don't know what's going on here, but what you're seeing is not a trick of the camera. Literally, these lug nuts are not holding on the wheel at all. The lugs go inside of the wheel. These should have like a conical style lug nut. You know, like these front ones. They should be kind of cone shaped on the bottom. Hell, I don't even think these are the right ones. No, these are just flat. Those are just flat lug nuts. They should have a cone style to the bottom. I don't think I have any to show you, but there should be kind of like a cone that helps seat these things. None of the lug nuts on this car is right. None. These back wheels, unless I'm missing something, and by the way, wheel lock, I don't think we have one of those either. Unless I'm missing something, these back wheels are ready to just come off. And I've done burnouts. I mean, I've had some fun with this car. So I'll give them credit. The wheels didn't fall off, and they don't move. Surprisingly, but come on, man, are you serious? That's deadly dangerous. That is deadly dangerous. They're both the same way. And the crazy thing is, I got the receipts. I got, over $20,000 worth of receipts on this car. Guys, they just had the transmission rebuilt and the rear end rebuilt with a 308, I think it's an Eaton locker. Who goes and rebuilds the rear end of a car and puts the wheels on with lug nuts that don't even fit? God, this car is dangerous. This car is so dangerous. Now, like I said, that's easily fixed. Okay, it's got the wrong lug nuts. Whatever, man. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal to go order a factory set of lug nuts for this car, throw them on. That'll solve that problem. But it's the things I keep running into. And then today, I just put these Trico, I think, windshield wipers on. They look factory. Got them on Amazon. They fit perfect. I just put the new windshield wipers on. I got all these parts in here for the car, and every time I turn around, I find more things wrong with the car that are making this, less of a bargain and more of a money pit. Now, you're more than welcome to disagree with me for the price I paid for it, but guys, I'm not seeing it, man, because I'm honest to God thinking with a paint job, cleaned up, new tires, everything's fixed the way it's supposed to be, I'm thinking we might have a $35,000 to $40,000 car. Guys, I got 20 grand into it just buying it. Without shipping, without fees, I got 20 grand into this car already, all right? You add the amount of money I spent on these parts over here, the amount of money I got on tires over there, and the amount of money that still needs to be spent on it. Remember, the subframe on the front has a nice dent in it. It's going to need... I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, every time I turn around, every time we turn a corner on this car, there's something else. By the time I add up a paint job, when I send it over to Mako and have them do a paint job, on this car, it does need a bit of body work. There's some pretty good dings and dents that are going to have to be straightened out to make this paint job work. Guys, I'm looking at $3 grand on the paint job, and I am telling you, thousands of dollars over here. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel with this car. And this is, for me, this is a perfect example of trying to teach you guys what not to do. I feel like this car was a huge mistake. And by the time I'm done putting it together and actually making the car right, there's no money left. There's not going to be any money left, guys. So I feel like the only thing I can do is try to make the car look better by cleaning up the paint and then just sending it down the road. And that's exactly what I intend to do, is just send it down the road. I'll get a hold of all my sponsors. I feel bad. I've never had this happen before. I've never encountered something like this before. But I feel like, it's only the right thing to do is to call up the sponsors and say, hey, this car turned out to be horrible. And I need to send them all their parts back. Thankfully, not everything. Not everything. I was going to say everything is still in the box, but it's not, because we have CVF Racing over here. All of that stuff I did unbox already, and the box is long gone. I'm sure I can work something out with them. I definitely need to give them a call. But everything else, pipes and Holly with hooker headers, all of this other stuff, I should be able to call them, and hopefully we can get a return label, or I'll get a return label and just send all this stuff back. Unfortunately, the rest of this stuff I paid cash for. The majority of the parts I have back here, this was not sponsored stuff, guys. This was stuff that I paid for out of my own pocket, and about the only thing I'll be able to do is things like fluids and hoses. I can throw that stuff over there and use it another time. Valve cover gaskets, we'll need a set of Chevy small block valve cover gaskets. The red head steering box, I could probably use that on the 66 Impala. That would probably be a good place to use. So I think we'll repurpose some of it. The rest of it I'll list on Facebook Marketplace. We'll just start selling stuff off. And, you know, I'll get whatever I get out of it, but I don't think this car is going to be worth spending any money on. That includes the tires, which means I had planned on doing tires in this video. There's no way, man. I ain't doing it. I'm not wasting another dollar on this car. This car needs to get cleaned up and gone down the road. So I'm going to have to put these tires up for sale too, along with the 2 extra ones that I bought. So, you know, I hate selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. It's such a pain in the ass, but that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my DA. I'm going to grab a pad. We're going to open up this this product here. What do we have here? What is this? Oh, speedometer cable. And what is all this? Wicks, filters, AC Delica. What the hell is all this stuff? Oh, this is for the Corvette. See, I've got so many cars that I need to work on, guys. Oh, this is for the Lexus. That's the cam sensor for the Lexus. I also have a set of tires for the Lexus as well. This is for the Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser wagon. And then this is the speedometer cable. What is all this? I've got so many. Hams oil. These are headlight bezels, I think. Yeah, these are the brand new headlight bezels. I spent so much money. I don't even want to think about it anymore. Moving on. Let me get my DA ready. Let's see if we can't make this paint look a little bit better. Now, as a professional detailer, it's important for me to tell you that a little bit goes a long way. Be very careful. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just going to hit this thing. And I think my goal is just kind of do half, like maybe right here down, just so we can kind of compare, because this is how does this even happen? You know what I mean? I don't even know. She's rough, guys. She's real rough, and if I'm being completely honest, I don't think we're going to be able to make it look much better. But I got my chemical, guys, because this is what everybody's talking about, so I bought it. C4 Clear Cut Correction Compound. This is blue, fast cutting, removes swirls, scratches, and imperfections for use by hand or machine. I've got a DA with a yellow pad. It's got the diamonds in it, so it should cut pretty good. And I've got it set on about 4.5. So I'm going to start like I always do. I have successfully detailed a few cars before, but I just kind of get in there, move it around. You got to be very careful on these edges too. You just kind of get it all over the place, man. And then we're gonna turn it on. We're gonna let it do the work. So I tried to get some real cool shots for you. You guys saw what happened. My camera fell down over and over again. Just too much vibration going through the hood, and I didn't feel like grabbing my tripod. So I've gone over this, I don't know, I probably haven't spent more than 5 minutes working on this. You can clearly see I've done it. I've done my passes. I've also gone side to side and then up and down, and I overlap probably a good 75%, man. I mean, I do a pretty large overlap. Now I kind of give it time to set up. I also did this fender all the way to about here. So everything's pretty much good. And I guess all we can do now is just take the old microfiber and just kind of see how, oh, wow. Whoa. Are you serious? Oh, dude, now I want to keep it. No. That's not what was supposed to happen. Are you serious right now? I mean, there's some like damage. I don't know if that's clear coat burn through. It's already like that. It was like that before we started. I didn't expect that was going to come out. Oh my goodness. I'm sincerely blown away. Now, I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. The car's not fixed. Right? The car is not fixed. I didn't think there was any hope to do anything with this paint at all. None. I mean, none, guys. I'm gonna have to get a light on here to really show you what's going on here, but this is incredible. The before and after on this is absolutely incredible. Again, not perfect, but it's also important to remember, we just came in here, I mean, maybe 10 minutes was spent on this. And, you know, if you want better results, guess what? We're gonna have to hit it again, all right? We're not done. It's gonna need to get hit again, but I wanna show you the difference. Let's grab a light. And let's take a look at before and after. All right, take a look. This is clearly the before, okay? Here's after. Look at that. Do we still have swirl marks? Yes. But I mean, just look at the difference. Look at this. I mean, hell, I could take that light away and you can see before and after. And it's even all the way through. Look at this. Doesn't matter where you shine the camera. Look at this. And then boom. Ouch. Oh my goodness. Who knew? I am an ace detailer, guys. Y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. If you don't know, now you know. I mean, seriously, would you just look at the depth? We haven't polished or anything, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna hit it again. We're gonna go over it again, see if we can make it look any better on a second pass. But like sending this thing to auction, which is what I intend to do, this is probably the cheapest and easiest way to get more money out of the car, because when you look at it in auction photos, when it's done, this thing should look like glossy, wet black, deep with, you know, nice depth, versus seeing that in the auction. Like what are you gonna buy? Are you gonna buy a car that looks like that? Or are you gonna buy a car that looks like that? All right, guys, this is after the second pass. And again, we're not looking for perfection here. But seriously, will you look at this? I mean, this or this? You tell me. Take a look at that, man. Look at that fender. Oh my goodness. I mean, she looks, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm not. It doesn't matter how good this car comes, I'm not gonna keep it. I was determined this car was gonna need a paint job. I mean, I had no doubt. And again, I know it's not perfect. There's a lot of imperfections in the paint. There's still a lot of scratches. You can clearly see them in there. You know, I mean, the paint was really, really rough. See right there? You can really see how bad that paint looks. But again, I'll take it. And here's the best part. You know, we've gone over this twice. That's as much as I'm not going over it anymore. I'm not going to cut it any further than the second time. I'm going to finish off this and the fender. All right. I just got this little section here and just this little section of the hood. I'm going to go over this twice, and I'll go over under here with my hand, so I won't be able to reach it with the DA. But I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to come back with a polish. And I want to polish over it. Or, you know what I should do? Before we go any further, let me go ahead and polish this section, all right? Let's just throw one coat of polish on this section and just see what we can do with it. But I'm telling you, more and more I see this paint looking better, to where maybe the paint's not, I mean, it's not saved. We didn't save the paint. We made the old paint look better. But if this was a car that, say you couldn't afford to put paint on, you know, even for me, cheap at Maaco, for the paint job that I want for this, with base clear and the color that I want, it's going to be $3,000, guys. It's going to be $3,000. Maybe you don't have $3,000 spent on paint right now, but you still want your car to look a little bit better. I mean, seriously, the fact that you can take it without any professional training, you can take it from this to this. Now, I've probably got about 20 minutes into this now. Obviously, we're talking about a section, if I had not done this for video, I could have had, I don't know, you know, what, 1/5 of the car done? A quarter? Maybe we could call it like a quarter section of the car done in about 20 minutes cutting it. So you're probably looking at a couple hours, you know, but a couple hours of labor and I don't know, maybe $30, $40 in materials. You can take a car that was looking pretty beat and make it look a hell of a lot better. All right, we're going to do this together. I just got done with the polishing side of it, and I gave her a few pretty good passes, guys. So for me, now listen, you can go a lot further with this. All right, I have so many pads, guys. There are so many levels to cutting and so many levels to polishing. I mean, seriously, you can go from pad to pad to pad to pad to pad to pad. You can go through 6 pads cutting and polishing. Number one, if you have the time, the patience, and the desire to do so. I mean, you could make the car look, I don't want to say as good as you want it to look, but you can make it look pretty damn good. Remember, I've gone over it twice with a cutting pad, just one cutting pad, and I just hit it for the first time with a polishing pad. All right, so again, I'm not looking for perfection, I'm just looking for sellability. Saleability. I just want it to look good enough to where not only does it look good enough to bring me hopefully a few extra dollars at auction over what I paid for it, but also good enough to where when somebody gets it, the car shows up, they're not just totally pissed off and disappointed in it, you know? And, you know, when they get it, it's going to look good, it's going to shine, and hopefully it's something that they're going to be happy with. With that said, though, I don't care how good this car looks. I'm not going to be the one. You're not going to make me happy with this car. Although, the more this paint comes out, man, the more I can really see how beautiful this car could be if someone spent the time and the money on it to really, really bring this thing out. A new paint job would go a long way on this car. Long, long way. All right, big reveal time. Take a look at that. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we are a long, long way from where we started right here. And look how quickly it transitions from that mess over into this. I think that's a win right there, guys. I do. Take a look at the reflection of the lights that you can see in the paint now. And when I started, this is the best part. When I started, it looked like this. This is what I started with, guys. I took some glass cleaner and a rag, and I just wiped down the hood. And then we went through and did some cutting. Then we did some polishing. I mean, overall, very light work, considering. And there's your 50-50 difference right there. Start, finish. I think it makes the car look a whole lot better. Needless to say, I'm going to go through and I'm going to continue trying to work on this car and make it look as slick and glossy as I possibly can. And then I guess we'll come back and I can show you guys the finished product. So I was going to come back when I was completely finished with the car. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because you've got to see what was under the dirt so you can clearly see what we were working with here. I mean, I need you guys to see the difference. I've put so much time and energy into this. And again, I know I'm repeating myself. I know it's not perfect, all right? That's never the goal. But just look at the roof reflections in the paint compared to over here. I mean, you could barely even see the roof through all of the swirl marks. I mean, the outcome is absolutely incredible. Look at this. Look at my light. Look at the depth in that reflection versus What is even going on over here? Look at that. Come on, guys. A little time consuming, a little labor intensive, but I mean, really not too bad, I don't think. Take a look at this. I'm going to leave it to you guys. I've done half the car, top to bottom, front to back. Half of the car is finished. Look at this. In fact, on this rear part here, I did a little more than half. But take a look at the difference between those two. And same thing with the roof. Without really doing anything, I think you guys can pretty clearly see a difference. Look at that gloss and the depth on the other half of the roof versus whatever is, God, what happened to you? Whoever did this, they should be ashamed of themselves, man. They should be ashamed. I didn't expect it was going to come out as good as it did. I'm very happy with the results. I wish we could make it better, you know, but at the end of the day, this is really old paint. It's been pretty abused. So the fact that the car is looking this good is just more than I could have ever hoped for. And I think it gives us a leg up on maybe possibly being able to sell it, make a little bit of money on it. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to call it a night. But I'll come out here tomorrow. I'm going to clean up the wheels, tires, try to make the thing look just as good as I can, clean up the interior, wash the windows and everything down, make this thing look as good as I can. And then I'm just going to put it right up for sale, guys. I'm just going to let it go. Unfortunately, this car has got there's too many little hacks and things that were done. It just, financially, even for me with YouTube revenue, it just doesn't make sense. And we'll work it out later. I got a 66 Impala I need to work on anyway. I'm not going home yet. I probably got a while longer. I've been spending a little extra time on this paint, really trying to bring it out, guys. It's currently 12:30 in the morning. I've got 50% of a car left to do. I'm going to knock it out, and we're going to take one final look at it when it's totally 100% finished. Well, guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a workout. Would it be easier to pay somebody? Yeah, it'd be a lot easier. It is 1:44, so I'm thinking it's been probably just over an hour. So probably all in on this, you know, I thought maybe 2 hours. I'm thinking 2.5, 3 hours, but I also took a little extra time to clean the windows inside and out as well. You tell me what you think of the car now. You remember what it looked like before. Here she is now. Every piece of the car has been corrected and polished. And when I say corrected to the best of my ability, okay? There is some trash in the paint, like that's some kind of overspray. Ain't nothing I could do about that. Not with the cutting compound I got here. This clear cut, the C4. I've got a feeling there's probably some stuff out there that's a whole lot more abrasive, and probably a pad that's more abrasive as well. I didn't want to get too crazy with it, guys, because I am an amateur. I don't know a whole lot about the detailing process, but for what I had and what I was willing to do, willing to risk, it came out pretty good. You can see we still have some scrapes. It's like the car was in the garage for many, many years. That's what I think happened. And something fell on it, and it kind of got drug across the hood, because we got a couple little dings, and then we got some places where it's like something just got dragged down the hood. Man, that just sucks. It sucks. It's got a lot of dings in it, but as I tell everybody, none of my cars are ever going to be perfect. All right. And the closer they are to being perfect, the less I want to drive them, because I'm terrified something is going to happen to these cars. Let me grab I left my light over. Let me grab my light. I want you to see the reflection in the sides. It came out really good, in my opinion, especially for a guy that doesn't do stuff like this for a living, okay? Take a look at the reflection in this. Look at that. I mean, seriously, for me, I think it came out pretty damn good, man. She looks pretty sharp. Look at the sail panels. I mean, hi guys. Not bad. I'm sure if Brian at the Auto Spa is watching, he's gonna be like, oh my God. I'm sure Brian and his team could have made this thing look a whole lot better. But I thought it'd just be fun to do a video. We haven't done something like this in a long time where we came out here and tried to do it ourselves. I'm not the biggest fan of doing paint correction, polishing, stuff like that. It's just not really my cup of tea. Very time consuming, very labor intensive. But when you're done and you get a result like this from where the car started, it gives you a real sense of pride, man. It does. I mean, it makes you feel really, really good about what you just did, knowing that you did it yourself. So I would recommend, you know, especially if you're short on money, you just want your car to look decent, man. It's not that bad to go to Harbor Freight or even Amazon, grab you just a cheap DA. That's what I got here. I got a Chicago Electric, which if I remember correctly is Harbor Freight. I've had that thing for years. For years. I run the cutting compound at a 4, 4.5, and I run the polish at a 3. And then these are the only 2 pads that I used the whole time. I used the yellow one for cutting, and I used the white one for polishing. And like I said, you could have gone stages, and we could have gone more abrasive with the compound and more abrasive with a pad to really have dug down deep. But that's not what I was going for, guys. We weren't going for a show quality finish. We were going for picture quality. I want this thing to look really good in pictures. At the same time, when it shows up to the new owner's house, I want them to look at it. I don't want them to be disappointed. I don't want them to see it the way I saw it. When it arrived, it looked horrible. Looked absolutely awful. The minute I saw it, I was already disappointed. The minute I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness. I think now it presents exactly the way it should. Honestly, this car shows honestly. It's got defects, it's got dings, it's got scratches and gouges, but it's an honest car. Damn thing runs like a top. It'll rip the tires off all day long. I got tons of receipts for it. It's just, the more I think about it, the more I don't see any return in this. I just don't. I think there's a reason it was cheap, and I was the sucker, man. You know, maybe it was just somebody that could only put it together a piece at a time here and there, but it's just, there's no sense in all of the half-assery that I have found under the front. It just doesn't make it doesn't make any sense to me at all. You rebuild the transmission, that cost a fortune. You rebuild the engine, that cost a fortune. And they hopped up the engine at the same time, aluminum heads, big carburetor. You've got a high stall converter in this thing. You go through and you rebuild the rear differential. I mean, every piece of this car has been rebuilt. And then you cut corners on paint and body, and you cut corners on something as significant as the subframe that's damaged and needs to be replaced. Really? Cutting corners there too? You know, there's so many things now that I've been looking at the car that just, this doesn't typically happen on the channel. It's not often I get into a project and turn around and walk away from it. But today was the day, man. Today was the day. I have been so sick for the past couple of weeks, and videos have been sparse, and I finally came out here today and I was like, man, we're going to jump into this. And as soon as I started getting into it and I popped off those center caps and everything, I saw the mismatched lug nuts, and I saw the lugs on the back that aren't even really holding the wheels on. I started looking at the bigger picture and I was like, no. I've got I've had some time to rest, and I've had some time to think. You know, laying in bed, being sick gives you plenty of time to think about things. And as soon as I came out here and I started on this car, man, I had everything ready to go. I saw it and I said, nah, I can't do this one. I can't. It's not that I can't do it, it's I won't do it. I'm not going to dump the kind of money into this car that's going to need to be dumped into it, which, you know, it's a crying shame because it's a nice car, very first generation of the Chevy Camaro. You know, it is kind of a shame. There's probably somebody out there that's going to love to take this on to make a great project car for them, a daily driver that you can go out and rip on, have a good time with, put it together in your spare time. Unfortunately, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't need a project daily driver. Okay, that's not what I need. And looking back, I shouldn't have even bought this car. I bought it on a whim. I saw it and I was like, ooh, shiny. Well, it wasn't really shiny, but you know, Camaro. I want a Camaro. I've always wanted one. You know, I would have much rather held out and spent $20,000 or $30,000 more on a really nice example than to have gotten the steal of a deal that I got on this one. Like I said, for somebody else that's looking for a project, a daily driver, builder project, this is perfect, man. This is just not what I need on the channel right now. And for those reasons, this car is going to go down the road. I had a good time tonight, guys. It's good to be back. I'm sorry we don't have a more entertaining video getting something else done, but I want to assure you we're going to come back here really soon because I have parts for that Lexus LS400 that you guys seem to love so much. We got to put the cam sensor in and see if that fixes it. Then I've got a set of tires over there we got to put on. And once we have tires and a cam sensor, if we can get that thing running halfway decent, we're going to take that thing out and try to do the 10-mile run with it. I'm really excited. That video should be coming very, very soon. I've got the station wagon, the Olds custom cruiser that I'm really excited to try to put together and see if we can get it running right and do the 10-mile run in it successfully without breaking down 2 or 3 times on the way. I think that's something we're going to be able to do really soon. Also, the 94 Chevy Corvette, the flood car that I saved from Florida, it's dead, actually. It broke down. I took it out for a drive the other day, and I didn't film it. It's just something I wanted to do myself. I took it out, and I cruised it, man. I had Meatloaf, the cassette, the best of Meatloaf, on cassette in the factory stereo, blasting in the car, man. I was cruising down the highway, and I decided, I was like, man, I'm going to keep this car. I swear to you. I said, I'm going to keep this car. I freaking love that Corvette. And then as soon as I got home, I put it in the driveway, shut it off. I went to fire it up again just to hear it start. It doesn't start anymore. It's done. It's dead. It quit. So the starter went out, but unfortunately it went out in the driveway. So we're going to have to get it in the air, try to beat on it in the driveway and hope that we can get it in here. Because I was so excited about the Corvette, I bought a new master cylinder for it because I think maybe that's why my brakes keep going out. Although the last time I took it out on a 10-mile drive off camera, the brakes never quit working, just the starter did. Made it there, back, and then I drove it probably another 10 miles and back. Brakes never gave me a problem. But it's one of those things, you know, it's cheap insurance to just go ahead and take care of that on a car that's, you know, from 1994. With that, I think I am going to get out of here. Oh, we got headlights. We got the square headlights, all 4 of them for the Oldsmobile as well. I'm really excited about the old custom cruiser. But unfortunately, I think the custom cruiser is going to be another one that's going to be going down the road real soon. I've got to pick a bunch of cars I need to get rid of. End of the year, tax things, time to get rid of a bunch of cars. So I think for sure this one, because I've got most of the money tied up in this car right now. So this one's got to go. The bike needs to go before it gets any colder. The custom cruiser needs to go. The Cadillac Coupe de Ville, I don't know about that one yet. I really like that car, but honestly, it's getting to the point where that one probably needs to get going as well. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, end of the year, tax time's coming. I have got to dump a whole bunch of cars. Listen, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, because I put a lot of hours and a lot of labor into this to show you guys, you know, what you can do if you're an amateur like me. If you don't really know what you're doing and you grab a couple tools and some good product and some pads from Amazon, you can do it yourself. And it gives you a real sense of pride and accomplishment when you're done. I know the car still doesn't look perfect, but I'm happy with it. I didn't expect it to come out looking this good considering where we started. So hit that thumbs up button, man. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.